Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are Southwest.
With a 4-game lead in the West, your Rangers welcome their closest competitor, the Oakland A's, to the ballpark. 4 games, head-to-head with the division title at stake. The reigning American League champion Rangers have stood their ground all season, while the upstart A's have defied the baseball world with a second half for the ages. The atmosphere should be playoff-like when Derek Holland takes the mound. Get ready for a 4-day West showdown. It begins next on Fox Sports Southwest. Got some high clouds floating by overhead. The flags whipping in towards from center field. And it's the Rangers and the Athletics. No more scoreboard watching. It'll all be right in front of you for the next 4 days here at Rangers Ballpark. And welcome in, everyone, along with Tom Greaves, Steve Busby. Glad to have you along, and it's about time this series got here. I think we've all been waiting for the better part of a month to see what happens when these two teams hook up. It's all on the line the next 4 games here at Rangers Ballpark. And Tom, putting it on the shoulder of Derek Holland, the way he's pitching doesn't seem like such a bad idea.
No, it doesn't, Buzz. And you can go back to last year in September when Derek pitched very well and into the World Series. They've got the right guy in the mound to start this series because in his last 6 starts, Derek has been terrific. He's 3-0 in September. We go back a little further into the month of August. He's 4-0 with an ERA under 3. Opponents have only hit .217 against him in those 6 starts. He's got a great strikeout to walk ratio, 38-9. So Derek's on a roll. He's throwing well. He's pitched well against the A's recently. So he's the right guy to have on the mound to start this series.
Yeah, and he's got himself under control pretty well, and he looks to have his entire team back behind him tonight with Josh Hamilton back in the lineup and Adrian Beltre hitting 4th again. A lot of things coming up very quickly from Rangers Ballpark in Arlington. It's the Rangers and the Oakland A's next on Fox Sports Southwest. The savings on America's best-selling truck for 35 years running. Ford is the best in Texas. And by the Progressive Insurance Group. For a money-saving car insurance quote, call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE today. A very warm evening here in Arlington. Ron Washington's ball club getting set to take on the Oakland Athletics, the first of 4 games. And before we get underway tonight, let's head down to the field and say hello to Emily Jones. Em?
Well, Buzz, it has come down to this, the final homestand of the season and 4 pivotal games against these Oakland A's. One of the surprise stories in all of baseball this season. And Ron Washington says, don't think for a second these are the typical Oakland A's.
This is certainly an exciting Oakland A's team. It's certainly different than the ones that I were on. But in the case that, they got some guys now that can punch the ball out the ballpark. In my days, we might have had a few that could do it. But up and down their lineup, they can punch it out the ballpark. So we certainly have to execute.
Ron Washington with tonight's Geico quote of the game. And obviously, Wash very familiar with this organization going back to his time as its third base coach. And these two teams obviously very familiar with each other with their time in the AL West, guys.
All right, Emily, thank you. It should be a great series. And, boy, this Oakland team, hard to predict what kind of game you'll get out of Bob Melvin's club. They have been extremely good since the All-Star break, the best record in all of baseball. They're 20 games over 500. And I guess the big thing is you have to wonder about their run-scoring ability. They have improved that by about a run and a quarter per game since the All-Star break. Rangers taking the field, and Derek Holland out to make the start here tonight, trying to go to 7-0 in his recent starts. Derek has had some good success against Oakland in the past, 4-1 as a starter. Here's the lineup he will face tonight. Stephen Drew leads things off. He's the shortstop. The designated hitter is Johnny Gomes. Batting third, Yoenis Cespedes, the center fielder. Cleaning up, Chris Carter, the first baseman. In left field batting fifth is Brandon Moss. Josh Donaldson is the third baseman. He hits sixth. Josh Reddick in left field, or I should say in right field, bats seventh. Derek Norris behind the plate is hitting eighth, and the second baseman is Cliff Pennington, who bats ninth.
Scouting out Derek Holland. Derek is having a solid season, and it's getting better. 7 innings or more and 2 or fewer earned runs in 4 straight starts in the month of September, peaking at the exact right time. He's 4-1 with a nice ERA and 7 career starts against the A's. He's only had 1 start against them this year. He won that start. That was a start where he went 5 1/3, gave up 3 runs, and it was the last start before he went on the disabled list for a month. And he's come back stronger, and it seems like he's getting stronger as the season winds down, and that's a great thing to see.
And getting stronger also, the Ranger defense. It's back to full strength now. Murphy, Hamilton, and Cruz left, center, and right. Morgan at first, Kinsler and Andrews up the middle, Adrian Beltre at the hot corner. And Mike Napoli behind the plate tonight, catching Derek Holland. Umpiring crew this evening, Ron Culpa calling the balls and strikes. The crew chief, Wally Bell, is at first. Jim Wolf at second. Paul Immel is at third. Oh, nice crowd filing in tonight to Rangers ballpark. Derek Holland about ready to get things underway, and I guess you could say probably the most important first game of a 4-game series the Rangers have had in quite a while. Stephen Drew, the acquisition from the Diamondbacks, looks at strike 1 from Holland. Drew has brought some solid defense and a little more potent offense to the shortstop spot for Oakland. He's fit in very nicely, starting all but a couple of games, and he promptly bangs one into center field for a base hit. Well, Stephen Drew opening up with a single, and Derek Holland now will have to work from the stretch as he pitches to Johnny Gomes.
You talk to the A's people, and they'll say that Johnny Gomes has become kind of the clubhouse guru, the clubhouse leader. They've got a closely knit team. They play as a unit, which you would expect. They don't have a lot of household names in their lineup, but they're scoring enough runs to go along with their young pitching to win a lot of ball games. They've got 178 home runs. The Rangers have 188, so they have almost as many home runs as the Rangers. That's something you wouldn't expect. The Rangers have scored 100 more runs than they have. So a larger percentage of the A's runs score on the home run than the Rangers.
First pitch to Gomes. There's a fastball right down through there. It's 0-1. Gomes with 17 home runs, 45 driven in, hitting at 257. Holland okays the sign, a check of Drew at first. And that breaking ball slipping out of Derek's hand. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Look at the numbers that Bob Melvin's club has put up. Well, since the All-Star break, they lead the American League with over 5 runs per game. And you look at what they did before the All-Star break, the worst in the American League. So it has been a complete change.
That's an unbelievable turnaround. Their pitching has been solid all season long. They've had an excellent bullpen. Young starters. But not that many new names in their lineup. Stephen Drew is new, but he hasn't provided a lot of offense for them. Basically, it's the guys they've got have just gotten better. And you don't usually see that kind of a dramatic change.
2-1 pitch, and that comes back from the inside corner. How much of that, Tom, is that that intangible, I guess? I'm not going to call it chemistry, but you know, you get on a little bit of a roll, and all of a sudden Bob Melvin's club starts to get cohesive and believing in each other, and it just kind of feeds off itself.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of that going on. You look at the individual parts, and it doesn't impress you, but you look at what they do as a team, and it's very impressive.
And Gomes caught looking at a fastball right on the inside corner, and Holland gets the strikeout, 1 away. And Yoenis Cespedes coming up.
You know, they're also, Buzz, at the All-Star break, they were about 500. All those are strikes, and pitches all the way in the strike zone. We're in a situation where they had nothing to lose. They're a young team. No one expected anything out of them. And so it was kind of a relaxed atmosphere. But I think the thing that's the most impressive thing about them is as you get toward the end of September, when now it's not quite as relaxing, they are still playing well.
Yeah.
And that's to me the biggest credit to them. They haven't folded under the pressure at all.
Holland to Cespedes, and the first pitch fouled back. Boy, Cespedes has not cut his swing down since the last time we saw him. He still gets a good rip.
This guy's intimidating at the plate.
Cespedes signed out of the Cuban League. He was the center fielder for the Cuban national team. He and Leonis Martin kind of the backup center fielder, but boy, Cespedes really has put some numbers up for Oakland. He's provided a presence in that order that they didn't have before. That's fouled back, and Holland with the advantage, 0-2 in the count. And what I mean by that is a guy who's going to put the ball in play. There's Leonis. How would you like to be able to manage that team? You take your pick. Leonis Martin, or you want Yoenis Cespedes? One right-hander, one left-handed hitter. Crowd already getting into this behind Derek Holland. The left-hander ready, a check of first, and he will go that way with a toss. Cespedes, as you saw, 20 home runs, 76 driven in. And he has been on just a little bit of a roller coaster. He got off to a pretty bad start, then went through a streak of about 50 games where he went crazy. That pitch inside gets him off the plate. It's 1-2. And now he's kind of calmed back down a little bit, but you average that out, and it's been a 290 year. Last 3 ball games. And you have to temper when you say the last 3 games, because the A's have just gotten through playing Detroit, who we know has very good pitching, and the Yankees on the road. And so some of these numbers are a little bit skewed. Broken batter over to third. Beltre will go to first. And he gets Cespedes by a couple of steps. To second base is Stephen Drew. There are now 2 outs for Chris Carter.
Well, another good pitch by Derek. Got the ball into Gomes. Gomes thought that ball was inside, but it definitely caught the plate. And then he got one in on Cespedes for that little weak grounder to third base. Wasn't hit hard enough to get the runner at second.
Napoli out to mention something to Derek Holland, probably having to do with, hey, you do have first base open. Now, Carter, pretty good right-handed hitter. You've got a left-hander in Brandon Moss, who is going to be hitting next after Carter. So let's not get carried away and think we have to throw this guy pitches down the middle of the plate. Foul back on the changeup. It is 0-1. Carter has come on. He had really struggled at the major leagues prior to this year, and despite what the last 13 games tells you, he has really come into his own with 15 home runs. Once he got a chance to play, the A's have had a revolving door at first base for the last several years. A rip and a miss, and the count goes to 0-2. Crowd will be filling in. There looks to be very few empty sections out here at the ballpark tonight. And, well, you don't want to miss this series if you're thinking about coming out. Get your tickets now and make sure you show up. In the dirt, Napoli, a good job of keeping that close enough to home plate to prevent Drew from going to third.
That wasn't that easy to block either. That ball came all the way up and hit him right in the chest.
Almost impossible. You almost have to guess right for that. Just get your body in where you think the ball's going to be.
Wait and see where it hits.
Yeah, and just hope. A ball and 2 strikes. Holland back to the plate. And the breaking ball is low and inside. That will even things out to Carter. You're saying Carter, though, is really establishing himself as a force. 15 home runs. He has swung the bat well against the Rangers. 3 for 10 with a couple of home runs. Again, Mike Napoli out to talk to Derek Holland. Ron Washington, for 11 years, the third base coach for Oakland. Very familiar with the organization, but as he said, this is a different ball club than you've seen in the recent past. Ball 3 is low, though the count has gone full. Holland about ready to throw his 17th pitch of this first inning. Left-hander okays the sign, and the payoff pitch. Got him on the fist another time. Beltre to Moreland. That'll do it. Well, good job for Derek Holland and the ball club working around that leadoff single. The A's strand a man on a base hit. Half an inning gone by. Athletics nothing. Rangers coming up on Fox Sports Southwest. Has put together. Ian Kinsler, the second baseman, leads off. Elvis Andrus bats second. Josh Hamilton back in the lineup after 5 days absence. He's in center field. Cleaning up, playing third base, Adrian Beltre. Nelson Cruz in right field bats fifth. Michael Young is the DH tonight. David Murphy bats seventh, plays left field. The catcher is Mike Napoli. And batting ninth, playing first base, is Mitch Moreland.
Yeah, Daniel Straley is on the mound for the A's tonight. He's had 5 starts that have gone pretty well for him. One problem he's had, most of his runs have scored by way of the home run. He's given up 8 in 28 innings. In the minor leagues this year, He pitched in AA and AAA. He led all minor league baseball in strikeouts. He struck out 190 batters in 152 innings. Prior to this year, he'd never pitched higher than A ball. So it's been a quick rise through the minor leagues. And now he's pitching in a pennant race late in September. That'll be a big game for him, a big thrill for him to be able to face this Ranger team tonight.
1-0 pitch to Ian Kinsler. That's a little bit low, and it's 2 balls, no strikes. And that's the one thing that Straley has had a problem with. The Rangers will try to exploit in the early going. And that's Straley's command of the strike zone. It's been a little bit rough for him. Kinsler lines one down the left field line. It's hooking and going foul. Well, Kins took off like he thought that ball was going to stay fair, and it almost did. We'll have to come back and try it again at 2 balls and 1 strike.
With a head in the count, 2-0, he gets a perfect fastball to hit. And he hit it pretty well, just a little bit early. A little bit out in front of it, fouled by about 6 inches, it looked like. Here's what the umpire's looking at. Pretty easy call for the umpire, maybe a foot.
Now Ian back to the plate, facing the 23-year-old left-hander Daniel Steven Straley. Hot shot out to second. It's off Pennington. Slides, throws, and not in time. Ken's able to beat it out. Pennington did a great job of recovering after the ball bounced off of him, but couldn't get enough on the throw, and Ian Kinsler able to beat it by half a step.
Yeah, that should be a base hit, you would think. It was not an easy play. Pennington did everything he could to block the ball, keep it in front of him. Got to it as quickly as he could. Just couldn't quite get it there in time.
And we're still waiting. Steve Weller looking at the replays and trying to decide whether Kinsler gets a base hit or if there's an error charged to Pennington. That's going to be a base hit.
I thought it was.
I thought it was too. So Kinsler aboard, a leadoff single. Now here's Elvis. And ball 1 is off the outside corner. A little bit different sense being around the ball club today as opposed to on the road trip in Seattle, particularly when the offense really struggled. But well, these guys love hitting in this ballpark, and it's pretty evident. A lot of extra bounce in the step of some guys today. Career high for Elvis, 41 extra base hits. He has Kins at first, and a little quick throw over there to Kinsler back. See if the Rangers try to get the running game going. Something that had been lacking on the road. Outside. 2 balls and a strike. But as we were talking yesterday, Tom, a running game here would probably be the straight steal. A guy with Straley's lack of command early in the game, you'd probably have a hard time putting the hit and run on.
Yeah, and I think his lack of command really showed up in his last start. He really had pretty good command in the minor leagues. His last start was a start where he walked 5 guys in 4 innings.
2-1 pitch, and that little number goes foul. The count evens.
I'm waiting to see the pitch that allowed him to strike out 190 batters in 152 innings. It's not his fastball. It must have a breaking ball. We'll wait and see as the game goes on.
Well, that's the report talking with Ray Fosse, who's with the Oakland A's. He said, yeah, it almost defies logic that you look at this guy and see the numbers he put up strikeout wise. He doesn't impress you as that kind of pitcher, and yet he rings up that kind of total. That command was really good at the minor leagues. Snap throw to first, and Kinsler just back under the tag from Chris Carter. Ray, of course, a long-time catcher with the Indians and Oakland. Played on some great championship teams in Oakland, and he knows a little bit about pitching. Now the 2-2 pitch. Call strike 3.
That was a pretty good curveball. Looked like it caught the inside corner.
Straley gets the punch out. Caught Elvis looking.
barely. You won't see that called a strike very often. Ball that's way inside and comes back and tries to catch the inside corner. Actually never quite got there.
So 1 away. Here's Hamilton. Josh has not had an at bat since last Tuesday night. Came out of that ball game in Anaheim and hadn't played since. First ball swinging, a roller out to short. Drew thought about going to second. Instead gets Hamilton at first. That's the second out. Into second safely is Ian Kinsler. He'll be there with 2 outs, and Adrian Beltre coming up.
Game has started the same way for us as it started for the A's. A hit, a strikeout, ground ball that moved the man to second. If Adrian can bring him in.
Well, Beltre coming to the plate. Took a rare September 0 for yesterday with 0 for 4 in Seattle. But those numbers, just incredible. And you look at what he has done since the first part of August, middle part of August. Even more impressive. That 313 mark, 34 home runs. That's the second most that he's had in his career in a season. He had 48 with the Dodgers in that fantastic year. He had 32 last year and 34 this year. Kinsler getting that lead from second. Straley comes set and checks him. 1 ball and 1 strike. During September, Adrian Beltre tied with Cabrera behind B.J. Upton. Upton with 10 home runs for the Rays.
3 of them came in 1 game against the Rangers.
Sure did. Now the 1-1 pitch. It's on the outside corner. Adrian talking to Ron Culpa very briefly, and you can tell by the grimace that he really wasn't sure that was a strike. But that pitch track will tell you, yeah, it was. Now the 1-2. Got him swinging. Straley went upstairs, 93 miles an hour, gets 2 strikeouts in the inning. Rangers get a leadoff single and strand a runner. We're going to the second in Arlington. Rangers nothing, A's nothing on Fox Sports Southwest.
All right, thanks, Buzz. What a great crowd tonight on a Monday evening. And tonight at Community Corner, the Texas Rangers welcomed about 200 businesses along with community leaders throughout North Texas area in honor of Hispanic Heritage Month. And they're enjoying the great game tonight. To find out more how the Rangers outreach in the community, log on to TexasRangers.com. AT-TEX.com. Buzz?
All right, Jim, thank you. Top of the second inning. It'll be Brandon Moss to lead things off against Derek Holland. Holland gave up a leadoff single to Stephen Drew, but no further damage. Got a strikeout in the first inning. And the first pitch to Moss is a fastball. That tails inside for ball one. Moss, 19 home runs, 41 driven in. And ball two is high. He has had quite a run for the Athletics. He's only played 75 ball games now and already 19 home runs.
He's got some power. He could put one in the upper deck in a hurry. I've seen him do it. He's had a lot of big home runs for the A's late in ball games, and he's been hot too.
2-1 pitch. 3-1. Holland working quickly back to the plate, and it's fouled away. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Moss leading off for Oakland here in the second inning. He'll be followed by Josh Donaldson. Oakland on this road trip lost 2 out of 3 in Detroit, and also lost 2 out of 3 against the Yankees at Yankee Stadium. Ball 4 is outside. Moss takes the leadoff walk. Derek Holland gives the free pass, and that's something that Holland has not been doing lately. Averaging less than 2 walks per 9 innings. And Ron Washington saying, okay, that's enough right there. That's your quota for tonight. No more. Here's Josh Donaldson, a .243 hitter. First ball swinging. That's out of play to the right. It's 0-1. Donaldson 0 for 2 in his career against Derek Holland. Left-handers ready. The 0-1 pitch is high. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Donaldson called up about 6 weeks ago from Sacramento, the Triple-A affiliate of the A's. Pitches inside. It's 2-1. He had .307 at Triple-A. 37 ball games, and he was called back to the major leagues on August 14th. Since then, he has been the everyday third baseman for Bob Melvin's club. Holland's 2-1 pitch. All of a sudden, the radar is off a bit for Derek Holland. Mike Napoli out to talk to him, see if he can get that focus back where he needs for it to be. A leadoff walk has Moss at first base, and you look at the Oakland A's team, and they can take some walks. They're right behind Tampa Bay and New York, despite having just a .309 team on base percentage. 3-1 pitch is belted deep to left field. Murphy going back. He is looking up. That ball's gone. Josh Donaldson with his 8th home run of the year, and Oakland is out in front 2-0.
Well, there's one thing that's plagued Derek this season. It is the home run ball. That's the 29th home run that he's given up. This is his 26th start. And you're more prone to give up home runs when you get behind. You walk the leadoff hitter, you go 3-1, and then you have to throw a strike. You don't want to walk the first 2 guys of the inning. You throw a pitch right down the middle, and the A's hit the ball out of the ballpark. That's the 179th home run they've hit this year. And still, the name of the game for a pitcher is get ahead in the count. Don't get behind and groove a fastball. No doubt about that one.
So 2-0 Oakland. Here is Josh Reddick. The slow breaking ball is low and outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Reddick cooling off a bit of late. Still has 29 home runs and 79 RBI. Both those are tops on the Oakland club. And that one's fouled back to the screen. It's 2-1. tail of the tape on that Donaldson home run. 416 feet just to the left of the A's bullpen out there. 3 balls and 1 strike. Not exactly the start that Ron Washington had in mind for Derek Holland, I don't think. Ground ball to the left side. Beltre able to cut it off. That is out number 1. So now the 8th place hitter for Oakland coming to the plate, Derek Norris. Norris has been labeled their catcher of the future, and the future apparently is now. Hitting just 185. 5 home runs, 26 driven in. Matter of fact, the A's were so sure about Norris that they were able to trade Kurt Suzuki. Send him over to the Nationals. Norris, as you can see, struggling of late. 0 for his last 15 times to the plate. 2 balls and no strikes.
Derek has now thrown more balls than strikes, and it's more dramatic than that when you think of how he started out. He was at 2-to-1 strike to ball ratio to start the game. After 15 or 16 pitches, really struggling with his command right now.
And again, Mike Napoli going out there. Knapp trying to get Derek focused back in and get him back to the mechanical groove where his release point's the same each time. Looks like it's all over the place right now. Holland with 17 pitches this inning, and only 4 of them have been strikes. 1 of them left the ballpark. 3-0 pitch. Holland to the wind, and back he comes. It's fouled out of play. Well, Holland able to get the count full after being behind 3-0. And we'll see if he can come all the way back and get Norris. Payoff pitch. Another foul back. Norris still just 23 years of age. A's feel like they're going to have to go through a little bit of growing pain with him. Again, the 3-2, and again another foul ball off to the right. Norris ready to go, and Derek Holland studying the signs from Mike Napoli. Again, the 3-2. Call strike 3. Got that fastball on the inside corner, and Norris caught looking. That is out number 2.
Well, he came back from a 3-0 count, made a lot of good pitches, including the last one. Well, was all the way in the strike zone. Norris kind of backing off like it's inside, but umpire's not buying that.
And the first pitch to the switch hitting second baseman Cliff Pennington is in. A breaking ball makes it 0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Holland to the wind in the 1-1 pitch. Another good breaking ball. Looks like right now Holland has better command of his off-speed stuff than he does his fastball, and find a way to work around that. Bennington, as you can see, has been very hot of late. The 1-2 pitch. Had that breaking ball again and missed. And the count evens at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
It's going to be Derek's 46th pitch.
And he's going to need at least one more as that pitch fouled back over the screen. Holland okays the sign. Back he comes. And another full count. 3rd consecutive full count that he has had. Check swing, couldn't stop himself. Bennington's gone on strikes, and Holland, after a walk and a home run, shuts down the A's. 2 runs on 1 hit. On to the bottom of the 2nd. Oakland 2, Texas nothing on Fox Sports Southwest. The 2012 Major League Baseball postseason on Fox and TBS. The excitement begins October the 5th with the wild card on TBS. And you can keep up with the entire postseason schedule at TexasRangers.com/postseason. And Nelly Cruz starting things off. And the first pitch from Dan Straley is a high fastball. It'll be Cruz, Young, and Murphy. Rangers trailing 2-0. And Cruz lines in a few steps, makes the catch. That is out number 1. Dan Straley retired the last 4 after giving up the leadoff infield single to Ian Kinsler. And Michael Young steps in. Michael with the 12-game hitting streak going. That average up 15 points in the last couple of weeks. 276 now with 63 RBI. And he takes a knee-high strike. First time the Rangers have ever faced Dan Straley, so they're trying to get their bearings here. There's that 12-game hitting streak we were talking about from Michael Young, a 409 average. 458 on base percentage, 8 runs scored in those 12 games. So he's been in the middle of a lot of Ranger offense. Down on the count here, 0-2. Straley into the wind. The 1-2 pitch to Young, way inside to hit him. Had to come inside with that fastball, and he did that. Came right inside the jersey, or the pant leg, I guess it was. Well, Michael Young aboard with a hit by pitch. Yeah, it was a jersey.
Michael doesn't get hit by many pitches. In fact, that's the first time this year he's been hit by a pitch.
Yeah, normally he stands so far from the plate, it's very rare to see a guy try to pitch him inside anyway. But he'll take it. He's aboard. And David Murphy now coming to the plate. Murphy at .314 for the season. He has been on a pretty good tear since about the 1st of July, as a matter of fact. Straley's first pitch, and Murphy takes a fastball strike. It is 0-1. Murphy had a 2-hit game yesterday, and you look at the batting leaders in the American League. Murphy right down there at number 5, a little bit behind Derek Jeter. Straley's 0-1 pitch. It's a bit low. Murph brings in a 4-game hitting streak. He has been 7 for his last 15 times to the plate. Little check swing roller by the mound. Cut off by Donaldson. Off balance throw, and it gets away from Carter. Going to third is Young. He's in there with a slide.
What happened to Donaldson on that play? Just got off balance trying to field the slowly hit ball. A little check swing by David. Snuck it past Straley. And Donaldson fielded it. Let's take a look and see what did happen. Didn't look like that tough a play. Got off on the wrong foot, though.
Yeah.
Threw it off his right foot. Had a little more time, I think, than he thought he did. He threw it awkwardly instead of letting the other foot come down. Letting his left foot come down to throw it. He throws off his right foot. That leads to an errant throw. The Rangers get a little bit of a break there. Carter had a chance to pick that ball for an out, but it went off his glove, and I think that would be an error.
Yeah, it is an error. Actually, it could have been 2 errors if you wanted to get picky about it. You could almost charge Carter with an error for not catching the ball. But in any event, it is an error. No hit for David Murphy. But the Rangers have runners at the corners and just 1 out here in the 2nd inning. Mike Napoli at the plate, and Napa has been swinging a hot bat. Breaking ball on the first pitch, and Napoli was thinking fastball. Knapp had his 20th home run of the year yesterday, and 8 of his last 15 hits are home runs. That goes back to before the quad strain put him on the DL. Since he was activated back on the 15th of September, he's 7 for 18 with 3 home runs. 0-1 the count. Now 0-2 as Straley came back with a fastball.
Yeah, that's one Knapp wanted on the first pitch. Crossed him up.
Young at third, Murphy at first. Straley okays the sign. And the breaking ball is a bit wide. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Napoli has his most career home runs against Oakland for the opponents. 16 of them against the Athletics. Now the 1-2 pitch. Just did get a piece of that.
Just touched it.
The last second, Napoli able to pull the trigger and spoil what probably would have been a strike 3. Those 16 home runs against Oakland. 257 average. Again, the 1-2 pitch coming. That's very high. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
They're trying to get him to swing at a high fastball, but not that high. A little bit too high.
Straley now trying to work around a hit batter and an error behind him. Got runners at first and third. 1 out, a 2-2 count to Napoli. A little bluff to third and turned around to see if Murphy might going anywhere, but he was not. And Knapp edging back into the box as Murphy gets his lead at first. Got him swinging. Pretty good breaking ball from Straley. That is his 3rd strikeout. There are 2 away, and it's up to Mitch Moreland.
Now you're looking for the pitch that allowed him to strike out 190 batters in the minor leagues. This is it. It's a good curveball. I wouldn't call it a great curveball, but looks like he has a sneaky fastball, 90, 91 miles an hour, 92 occasionally. That was a pretty good curveball that he got Knapp with.
Well, Mitch will step in with runners at first and third. 2 outs now in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Mitch at 276, as you will note. 15 home runs, 48 driven in. And the first pitch to him. Rip and a miss. And Straley doing a pretty good changeup.
Well, the Rangers need to put an end to their woes trying to knock in men in scoring position. They were inept in Seattle trying to do that. Yesterday they had a couple of home runs, a 2-run homer and a solo home run. That's the only 3 runs they have. They haven't had a hit with men in scoring position for quite a while.
Well, they're 0 for 2 tonight thus far. And Moreland takes the pitch up and in. 0 for 10 yesterday. I believe that ran the streak to 0 for 20. Isn't that what we came up with?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
I believe that's 0 for the last 20. Straley's 1-1 pitch.
Good changeup. There's another pitch that can strike you out. So he might not be what you would call an overpowering strikeout pitcher, but he's got some pitches that'll strike you out. We saw the curveball to get Napoli. Good changeup right there. He was a 24th round draft choice, probably because he didn't throw 95 miles an hour. His ERA in the minor leagues in A-ball coming into the season was over 4. He's getting better.
Mitch leans on that outside pitch, takes it, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rangers at last count were 0 for 22 coming into tonight. We'll take it back even further than that 3-game series in Seattle. Now Moreland asks for time, and Norris is going to go out and have a little chat with Straley. And Bob Melvin finding it, he says, a pleasure to deal with all the young guys. He said it could be stressful if you took it to the point where you wanted them to do things exactly right fundamentally, but he said it's not the point. They're playing good baseball. They're having fun, and I'm having fun right along with them. 2-2 pitch. Mitch got fisted and fought it off foul.
Well, if you can spot your fastball at 91 miles an hour where you want to, and mix in the changeup and the curveball that he's got, the makings of 3 quality pitches.
Right-handers ready. A check of first base, and the pitch to Moreland. Popped down the left field line. That will work its way back about halfway in the lower seeding bowl, and it's still 2-2. Australia at 6'2", about 205 pounds. Sturdily built right-hander. He was born in Redlands, California. Now lives in Springfield, Oregon. Okay's the sign for his 22nd pitch of the inning. Mitch, little loop around into left field, going out as Drew. He can't get there. It's down for a hit. Young scores. Murphy all the way around to third. And Moreland's base hit makes it a 2-1 Oakland lead.
Well, it's not necessarily a dominating offensive performance this inning, but a hit by pitch, a check swing error on a ground ball by the third baseman, and a little blooper by Mitch, who battled throughout the count. Jammed on a high fastball, but blooped it into left field, and the Rangers will take it. There's that hit with a man in scoring position. Big two-out hit.
And Wash. And yeah, that's what we were looking for. I don't care. We don't get style points for it. Doesn't matter.
Just looking for some scores.
You get a run on the board. There you go. Well, Moreland at first with his 49th RBI of the year. Ranger deficit now is 1 run, and Ian Kinsler at the plate. Takes a breaking ball for strike 1. Kinsler hit a rocket off of Cliff Pennington, the second baseman, and went for a base hit. Back in the first inning. Straley's 0-1. Another breaking ball, and that's a bit wide. And Ian now has extended his hitting streak. It's a modest 3 games, but getting back to where he wants to be. 3 out of his last 10 during that 3-game streak. 1-1 pitch in the dirt, and it's 2-1. Kinsler trying to pick up Murphy, who's just 90 feet away with a tying run. He's over at third. Moreland is over at first after the RBI single. The 2-1 pitch. That's outside. 3 balls and a strike. Well, Ian showing a very patient approach here. 3 breaking balls, pretty tough ones that he was able to lay off of. Australia, the 23-year-old right-hander, okays the sign and comes set. 3-1 pitch up and in, ball 4, and that will load him up for Elvis Andrews.
Well, Elvis saw all the pitches the first time up. He saw his fastball. He took a curveball for strike 3. Borderline pitch. But he's seen him once. He's looking for another 2-out hit with men in scoring position. This one could do some damage.
Bert Young, the pitching coach, out to have a chat with his young right-hander. Well, folks, to celebrate 40 years of baseball in the Metroplex, Metro PCS is giving away 40 Samsung 4G LTE phones. Enter to win at all participating locations. Metro PCS, wireless for all. Well, the crowd growing as the evening progresses. A nice turnout here tonight, and they are just settling in to watch this Ranger comeback here in the second inning. Bases loaded, 2 outs, a run across. Elvis, one of the best in the league at hitting with runners in scoring position. Straley will work from the stretch, and the first pitch. Inside, ball 1. Season average for Elvis now down to 288. That's the lowest it's been since back on the last day of July. That fastball catches the inside corner. David Murphy on via an error. He's over at third now. At second base is Mitch Moreland, who delivered the RBI single. And right after that, Ian Kinsler drew a walk. He is at first. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count to Andrus. He ripped the breaking ball. He didn't get it. It's 1-2.
This has been excellent with men in scoring position. 353 average.
And a little thinking about what he wants to do. Now back in there is Straley. Glove on his hip. Looks for the sign, has it, and he is set to go. 1-2 pitch got him swinging. Pretty good fastball up and in, and Andrus is gone. But the Rangers come up with a run on just 1 hit. There was an error. They leave 3. We're going to the third. 2-1 Oakland on Fox Sports Southwest. Rangers baseball on Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Head to your Texas Ford dealer and drive the best in Texas. And by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. On to the third we go, a 2-1 Oakland lead. Oakland coming to bat against Derek Holland, who struggled in that second inning. 21 pitches, giving up a couple of runs on a walk and a home run.
Yeah, Derek's thrown 50 pitches already, 26 strikes and 24 balls.
2-0 pitch to Drew, and that is a knee-high strike. Holland back to the plate, and Drew fouls it away to the left. Drew led the game off with a single to center field off of Holland. Got as far as second base, but that was it. Now the 2-2 pitch. High in the air to center field. Josh Hamilton gliding over to his left and puts it away. That is out number 1. So for the first time tonight, Derek Holland able to retire the leadoff man of an inning. It'll bring up Johnny Gomes, the designated hitter. Gomes called out on strikes in the first inning, so he is 0 for 4 now in his career against Derek Holland. Gomes, one of the guys that were most responsible for the turnaround for the A's after the All-Star break. Gomes is a .291 hitter with 9 home runs in the 36 games. since the Midsummer Classic. And the first pitch tails outside to him. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Gomes, as usual, much better against left-handed pitchers than against right-handers. 285 against southpaws and just 217 against right-handed pitchers. He's up on the count here. 2 balls and no strikes. And Holland gets the inside corner.
Well, that's where he got him to strike out. Same pitch.
Good fastball, and Gomes a little tardy pulling the trigger. It's 2-2. Holland back to the plate and misses down and away, and the full count to Gomes. Gomes trying to get aboard with 1 out here in the 3rd inning. Yoenis Cespedes, the number 3 hitter in the Oakland order, is waiting in the on-deck circle. Holland's payoff pitch. We'll try it one more time. Derek again with a 3-2. Calls strike 3. Carbon copy of the first time up. And Gomes making a U-turn very abruptly, heading back to that Oakland dugout.
Yeah, these two strikeout pitches might have been right on top of each other. Actually, the one before it, the first strikeout pitch was actually more in the strike zone than that one. That one was touching it. The other one was almost all the way in it.
So 4 strikeouts now for Derek Holland. 2 outs, bases empty, and Cespedes to the plate. Holland able to jam Cespedes first time up, got a weak ground ball to 3rd, and he fires a knee-high strike.
They're starting to throw strikes now. That's nice to see. Got the last 3 outs of the 2nd inning after the home run. Struck out now 3 out of the last 4 hitters, so Derek's starting to get back where he wants to be.
Ripping a miss by Cespedes. Yeah, 2 is not enough to win this ball game tonight. You can just keep telling yourself, if I hold them to 2, we're going to win it.
Yep.
Oh, 0-2 the count. That ball is hammered to left field. It is gone. No doubt about that one, as Cespedes got a fastball up and out over the plate and rode it right on out of here. 3-1 Oakland.
Well, that's not a very good 0-2 pitch. He may have swung and missed at it the pitch before it, but this guy's strong and this guy can put a charge in it. And Derek needs to make a little bit better pitch 0-2 than that. See how far outside it is. And that's,
how about not?
How about right in the middle of the strike zone? Yeah. Well, these guys hit home runs. We talked about that. That's the 180th home run they've hit. And Derek has been prone to the home run ball. That's the 30th home run he's given up now, 2 in this game.
0-1 the count to Chris Carter. And that ball is laced foul down the left field line. It is 0-2. Carter a ground ball to 3rd, his first time up. The ball measured 414 feet. I could have sworn that went further than Donaldson's home run, but oh well. A ball and 2 strikes now. Carter leaning on that breaking ball, takes it low and in. The count has gone even. Two-two pitch. Napoli flashing the signs out. Holland has the one he wants. And that ball's lined to left field. Coming on is Murphy. He'll have to play it on a hop. Boy, Carter went down and just hit a rope into left for a 2-out single. And Brandon Moss now will come up for the second time.
Unfortunately, he didn't get that ball up in the air because that would have gone a long way too. Derek was trying to hit the back door with the curved ball and got it right near the middle of the plate.
Well, 4 base hits for Oakland now off of Derek Holland in 2 2/3. And the first pitch is way inside to Brandon Moss for ball 1. Moss walked ahead of the 2-run Donaldson home run back in the second. Holland ready to check a first. The next pitch is off the outside corner. It is 2-0, and Roy Oswalt starting to limber up in the Ranger bullpen.
Well, Derek is having trouble throwing strikes, and when he does, he's having trouble keeping it in the ballpark. And this will be his 72nd pitch already in the 3rd inning. Derek's been on a roll too. Boy, his 4 starts in September have all been at least 7 innings. No more than 2 runs in a ball game. His last 6 starts have found him 4-0 with a 2.79 ERA, but in his 7th start, he's struggling tonight. Looked like he was getting it back together when he got Cespedes 0-2. He'd retired 5 straight, 3 on strikeouts, and just made a little bit too good of a pitch on the 0-2 pitch.
2 balls and 2 strikes. And Holland goes first base way just to check in with Chris Carter over there. Moss hitting out of that slightly open stance as Holland comes set. In the dirt, nice pick by Mike Napoli. And the count has gone full. So with 2 outs, Carter will be off and moving with the next Holland offering. And if Moss is able to keep this inning going for Oakland, you have Josh Donaldson, who's already homered tonight, waiting in the on-deck circle. 31 pitches in the second, 26 here in the 3rd for Derek Holland, 74 total. Payoff pitch. And fouled away to the left. Moss waiting as Holland gets ready. Carter on the move. The pitch way inside, ball 4. And that puts runners at first and second with 2 outs. And Donaldson coming up. Second walk of the game issued by Derek Holland. Second time he has walked Brandon Moss. Mike Maddox had started out to the mound and then came back very abruptly. Mike Napoli out there talking to Holland. Now Mike is going to go out to the mound. He wouldn't believe to know how close Roy Oswalt was to getting loose. It didn't look like he got the answer that he or Ron Washington wanted. A brief visit. And now Holland will face Josh Donaldson. 2 on, 2 out. A run across here in the 3rd. Donaldson with his 8th home run of the year. A 2-run blast last inning. First ball swinging. He pops it up. Foul territory. 3rd base side. Adrian Beltre makes the catch, and that will do it. But Oakland comes up with another run on Cespedes' home run. 2 hits. They leave 2. We're going to the bottom of the 3rd. 3 Sports Southwest. official online store of the Texas Rangers at texasrangers.com. You can browse the largest online selection of authentic team gear, including official caps, t-shirts, jerseys, collectibles, and a whole lot more. Get your team gear straight from the source. Shop the texasrangers.com shop. Slow-moving ball game plods on to the third as Josh Hamilton starts things off. It'll be Hamilton, Beltre, and Cruz to face Dan Straley. It's now a 3-1 Oakland lead. Hamilton swung at the first pitch he saw from Straley and grounded out to short. Fouls the next pitch away to the left, and the count evens at a ball and a strike.
Have a birthday wish. Luke and Anna Hoskin from Shreveport have a birthday today. Happy birthday, kids.
The 1-1 from Straley. High fastball, and Hamilton not able to catch up with it.
Well, one thing he's been doing is he's been using his off-speed pitches effectively, and then the fastball looks that much faster. Did that to Elvis. Threw him a couple of curveballs, got him to swing and miss at one, and then threw a fastball right by him.
And the changeup to Hamilton drifts outside. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Josh, 42 home runs, 123 RBI. Wave and a miss. Dan Straley with strikeout number 5 against Hamilton. And that'll bring up Adrian Beltre. Now let's head back to the Fox Sports Southwest studios for a Mazda game break with Rick Renner. Rick. All right, Rick, thank you. Adrian Beltre takes one just off the outside corner. Eastern Division standings as of play today. Yankees just a half-game lead over Baltimore. Tampa Bay 5.5 back. Boston and Toronto already limited. And Beltre drives one down the left field line, but it hooks back into the seats and out of play. A ball and a strike to Adrian. Straley to the wind, the 1-1. Beltre hits a drive to dead center field. Cespedes started back. He just put the brakes on, stayed right there, and the ball came right to him. That is out number 2, and Nelson Cruz coming up. Cruz, a fly ball to left field as he led off the Rangers' second. Nelly coming off a good road trip. Saw him go 7 for 22 in the stops in Anaheim and Seattle. Cruz with 3 doubles during those 6 games. Already a career high for him, 40 in the 2-baggers. One-0 pitch. A little looper out into right field. Pennington going out. He makes the catch as he's backpedaling. Australia for the first time tonight sends the Rangers down in order. We finished 3 at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington. It's the A's 3, the Rangers 1 on Fox Sports Southwest. with a couple of long balls getting on top of the Rangers, 3-1. Straley, meantime, has scattered a couple of hits. He's given up one unearned run through his 3 innings of work, and the home runs coming off the bat of Josh Donaldson and Yoenis Cespedes. And Derek Holland's night is finished. He works 3 innings, gives up 3 earned runs on 4 hits. And he gives way to the 35-year-old right-handed veteran, Roy Oswalt.
Yeah, it's kind of a frustrating start for Derek tonight because at times he was throwing great. Made some terrific pitches to Gomes to strike him out. But then at other times he couldn't command his fastball. Got behind Donaldson, grooved a fastball for a home run, made a bad 0-2 pitch to Cespedes, caught the middle of the plate, and Cespedes hit a home run. So kind of an inconsistent start for Derek. Had the potential to be very good, but just wasn't consistent with his stuff tonight.
Oswalt working to Josh Reddick, starting things off, bottom third of the Oakland order. And Reddick takes a strike to even the count at 1-1. Reddick, a ground ball to third in his only at bat this evening. That, of course, was against Derek Holland. Big slow hook in and over. It's 1-2.
Yeah, Reddick has only knocked in 6 runs in his last 88 at bats. He was batting third most of the season. A little bit of a slump right now.
And that ball popped into center field. Hamilton started back. Now has to come on. A little burst of speed, and Josh there in time to make the grab as Oswalt had Reddick way out in front on that off-speed pitch. The fans this week, it's Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader time. First, the 49ers head to New York to battle it out with the Jets. And then America's game of the week, the Saints take on the Packers in Green Bay. Coverage begins with a Built for Tough Fox NFL Sunday pregame show. That's at 11 a.m. Central. Derek Norris. It's a pitch on the outside corner from Oswalt. It's 0-1. Norris called out on strikes, his only time to the plate tonight. And he's eyeing pitches again this at bat. He's down in the count 0-2. Oswalt, the veteran from Ware, Mississippi. 0-2 pitch. And it stays inside that off-speed delivery. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oswalt back to the plate. Little looping drive that Kinsler plays in the outfield grass. Fires on to first. Norris is retired. 2 away for Cliff Pennington.
A good pitch. Roy got that pitch in on Norris. Jammed him. Ian knew he had plenty of time to make the play, so he waited back on it to make sure he could catch the hop.
So here's Pennington, who will turn around and bat from the left side of the plate. Switch hitter 0 for 1 tonight with a strikeout as a right-hander. And Oswalt misses outside with the slow step. It's 1-0. Pennington, 2 at-bats against Oswalt in his career. He is 0 for 2. Fastball right down the middle. 1 ball, 1 strike. Roy's next pitch is laced foul the opposite way. Well, it's 1-2 to Pennington. And another foul ball back to the left. Oswalt trying to make it a 1-2-3 inning. The A's have not gone down in order tonight. He has the first 2, and he has a 1 ball, 2 strike count to Pennington. That's hit hard down the right field line, hooking and going into the corner. It's a fair ball. Cruz over to play the carom. Into second is Cliff Pennington with a 2-out double. And he is in scoring position for the top of the order in Stephen Drew.
Curveball stayed up a little bit. Not terrible at the bottom of the strike zone. Pennington just waited on it nicely.
Napoli out to have a little chat with Roy Oswalt. Drew, of any of the Oakland hitters, has the most at-bats against Roy Oswalt. Drew has hit against Roy 25 times when Drew was with, of course, the Diamondbacks. He is 8 for 25. That figures out to a .320 average against Oswalt. Takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. Drew with 3 extra base hits, all of them doubles out of those 8 safeties. 1-0 pitch. Nice straight changeup that time. Got it over. It's 1-1. Pennington, the lead from second at the bottom of your screen, and Oswalt checks it. Fires a strike to the inside corner. 1-2 to Drew. Fans putting their hands together, trying to get Oswalt and the Rangers off the field. Ground ball, Kinsler slides over to his right, makes the grab, and fires to Moreland. 2-out double, no damage. Hayes Strand there, 4th runner of the game. Bottom of the 4th coming up. 3-1 Oakland on Fox Sports Southwest.
Is trailing the A's by the score of 3-1. Buzz and Tom, special guest right here. This is Commander Warren Cupps. You know, USS Fort Worth was commissioned on Saturday, and Warren Cupps is the commander. He has his crew on hand. This has been a big week because the ship was commissioned on Saturday. You threw out the first pitch at the Ranger game tonight. How special was it?
It's just been incredibly special. The bonded city of Fort Worth is showing my sailors. This has been a week and a weekend that's been a dream come true for not only me but for my crew.
And I understand that you were born in Fort Worth. The ship is going to be based in San Diego. It left from Galveston, heading to San Diego on Monday.
Correct. The ship has got 2 different crews, the blue crew and the gold crew, and we rotate in 4-month increments. And the blue crew is on hull right now, and they sailed the ship out of Galveston for our home port of San Diego. My sailors came up here to take in some events with the Fort Worth Commissioning Committee and the city of Fort Worth, and then, of course, come out here to root the Rangers on to victory.
There you go. Well, congratulations. Good to see you. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Thank you.
Thank you. Buzz?
All right, Jim, thank you. Michael Young starting things off and takes the next pitch from Dan Straley up out of the strike zone. And Michael with a 3-ball, no strike advantage in the count. Young leading things off here in the 4th inning. Rangers trailing 3-1, trying to mount some kind of charge. And Michael Young gets started with a free pass. So Young, who was hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning, now gets a leadoff walk, and he is aboard for David Murphy. Now let's take a look at the AT&T trivia question for tonight. Ian Kinsler and Nelly Cruz, as you know, both have 40 or more doubles this season. When was the last time Texas had multiple players with 40 or more doubles in a season? I'll give you a little time to think about that and give you the answer next half inning. David Murphy up there. Hit a little tapper that went for an error as Josh Donaldson, the 3rd baseman, threw it away in that 2nd inning. Gave the Rangers runners at 1st and 3rd in that frame. Went on to score their only run. It was of the unearned variety. Now Michael Young draws a throw at first.
Buzz, we remind everybody, if they want to see the treats that we had sent up to us, you can watch on, go to southwestsports.com and you can check it out. Thanks to everybody that sent the stuff up to us tonight. Fox Sports Southwest. Sorry about that. We got a number of nice things tonight. Have one more birthday wish too. A belated birthday to Matt Hansen. Happy birthday, Matt. And thanks again to everybody who sent the treats up tonight.
Straley comes set, and the 0-2 pitch to Murphy. Waved at and missed that tailing fastball, and Murphy is a 3-pitch strikeout victim. One away for Mike Napoli.
He's got a good fastball and good changeup. Changeup makes his fastball look even better. This one has David out in front of it. Great movement on it. That ball looked like it started out like a strike and ended up 8 inches to a foot outside.
Well, that's half a dozen strikeouts already for Dan Straley. Mike Napoli steps in and he struck out as he faced Straley for the first time in the 2nd inning.
There's a lot of changeups to the left-hand hitters, more curveballs to the right-hand hitters.
Napoli checking with 3rd base coach Dave Anderson. Napoli in his last 6 starts, let's see, has beaten the ball around pretty well.
Now, the one thing about the A's young pitchers, they have 4 in the rotation, A.J. Griffin, Tommy Malone, Jared Parker, and Straley, is these guys can pitch. They're not young pitchers with 98-mile-an-hour fastballs, great potential, and they're just seeing what they can do in the big leagues. These guys can pitch. They've all got good off-speed pitches. Malone's got a great changeup. Griffin has a changeup. Parker has a tremendous changeup, and so does Straley. So they've earned the right to be in the big leagues by the way they pitch. They're young, but they can pitch. They're not just raw talents out there overmatching people occasionally and being inconsistent. They're going out there and keeping the A's in ball games. One veteran in their staff, Brett Anderson. He's only 23, 4 or 5, right around in there. Well, if they, which they won't, keep their guys together, it's going to be tough to hit this staff for years to come. But as the past has told us, they probably won't be able to keep them all together when they get arbitration eligible.
Yeah, this isn't the first rodeo for the Oakland organization in that regard. And you remember Hudson, Mulder, and Zito at one point back in the early 2000s, and then you had Cahill and Gonzalez and those guys that came along a few years ago, and they're all gone.
They turned Gonzalez and Cahill into Parker and Malone.
Napoli takes a strike on the inside corner that evens the count at 2-2.
And it's hard to argue that losing Gio Gonzalez wasn't a huge loss for them. He won 20 games for Washington. But also, you have to look at Jared Parker, and he's been every bit as good as Trevor Cahill for a lot less.
And a wave and a miss. Napoli gone on the breaking ball.
Well, we were wondering early what were the pitches that he used to strike out 190 batters in the minor leagues, and the answer is pretty easy. All three of them.
Yep.
This curveball to right-hand hitters has been a strikeout pitch. The changeup to left-hand hitters struck out Hamilton and Murphy. And his fastball has been a strikeout pitch. That struck out Elvis and Adrian. So all three of them. He struck out 7. And all 3 of his pitches have struck out at least 2 batters tonight. So it's the combination of pitches and his command of them.
So back-to-back punch-outs after the leadoff walk to Michael Young, and now Mitch Moreland comes to the plate. Moreland had a little looping RBI single his first time up. Got jammed on a high fastball and looped it over Drew's head into short left center field, but it got the job done. A 1-for-1 tonight. Mitch now 49 runs driven in. Straley okays the sign. The right-hander comes back with a 1-0 and sharply hit ball under the glove of Carter down the right field line. Young motoring over to third. Moreland going for 2, and Young being held at third after he took a big turn. Bennington having trouble coming up with the ball right down in that little cutout on the first baseline.
It would appear that Carter's a little bit challenged defensively at first base. Let a throw get away from him earlier in the game. This ball really wasn't hit all that hard, and this ball gets by him. And if it was rolling a little bit faster, it might have rolled right down in the corner, and Michael Young would have been able to score. Great hustle by Pennington. He was on a mission to make sure he got that ball before Michael could score, and ultimately he did.
Well, Bennington had a little discussion with the bricks down that right field line, apparently. His ribs and a couple of those masonry corners kind of came together. And that is going to be the second error of the night charged to Oakland. This one going on Chris Carter.
The Rangers have 1 unearned run. Be nice to pick up 2 more right here.
And here's Ian Kinsler. Breaking ball is outside for ball 1. Kinsler has singled and walked tonight.
And Ian has been one guy that's been able to lay off that curveball. Hasn't offered at it when it's out of the strike zone.
Gins at 263, trying to up that RBI total. It currently stands at 71. Straley will work from the stretch, and the next pitch is fouled away to the right. Now runners in scoring position. We're talking about how tough it's been lately. Oh, this isn't the first time it's happened. The last 7 ball games, just 3 for 39. Also had a stretch in July for 5 games that is 4 for 46. And then when they broke out of it, the next 12 games, look out. Somebody was going to pay, and somebody did for the next 2 weeks at 359.
Well, everything else goes in cycles in baseball. It would stand to reason that that does too.
1-1 pitch. Check swing. That ball just a little bit low.
He can lay off that pitch.
Yeah. Yeah. Funny how some guys see that coming out of his hand so much better. I guess that's what allows the guy to be able to check the swing.
I think Ian is less susceptible to that pitch than any other player on the team. I mean, he'll swing at it occasionally, just like everybody does, but probably less than anyone else on the team.
That pitch comes back to the inside corner. That was that breaking ball that pretty tough not to give up on when it starts right at your hip.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
Out the inside corner.
Young at third, Moreland at second. 2 away. Rangers trailing 3-1. Straley backs off the pitching rubber. He and Derek Norris not able to get together. Kinsler back in the batter's box. The 2-2 pitch.
Good changeup, just got a piece of it. Ian ripped a fastball foul the first time up, just fouled down the left field line. Had a fastball to hit this at bat and fouled it back. Catcher went out and talked to the pitcher, and since that time it's been all curveballs and changeups. Now is when a fastball has been effective to other hitters after a number of off-speed pitches.
And he hooks that breaking ball foul down the left side. Yeah, he hung it up there for him, but Ian couldn't quite wait long enough.
That was a pretty good one to hit right there. Just a little bit out in front of it.
Well, it's still 2-2. Kinsler waiting. Straley sets a check of the runners and misses outside with a fastball. The count has gone full. Well, Ian, who drew a walk on a 3-1 pitch last time, now with a full count. If he gets aboard, Elvis Andrus would get another bases loaded opportunity. This crowd, which really filling in as the night goes on, and they are getting into it. 3-2. The payoff pitch. Call strike 3. Ian Kinsler bent over at home plate, and Ron Copa making the call. So the Rangers leave runners at second and third. A walk and an error. On to the fifth we go. 3-1 Oakland. The last half inning, Ian and Nelson Cruz both have 40-plus doubles this season. When was the last time the Rangers had multiple players with 40-plus? Back in 2006, Michael Young led with 52. Teixeira 45, Gary Matthews Jr. with 44, and Mark DeRosa with 40. 4 guys with 40 or more doubles. And as we go to the top of the fifth, we'd like to welcome along, as he always does when we're in town, Mark McLemore, co-host of the Rangers Live pre- and post-game shows. Mac, thanks for stopping by, and kind of an odd game going on here tonight.
This is an odd game. Rangers again with some opportunities and not able to come up with that big hit.
Yeah, the A's have given them a couple of good chances and made a couple of errors. That's how they scored one run. They left the bases loaded, left second and third.
Johnny Gomes leading things off, and he's probably happy to see Derek Holland get out of there. Gomes had been called out twice on strikes, and he finds himself against Roy Oswalt now down in the count 1-2. Oswalt starting his second full inning of work. Derek Holland worked the first 3 innings. Gave up 3 runs on 4 hits, a couple of walks. Call strike 3. Gomes has got a great eye tonight if you happen to be the opposing pitcher.
He's watched a couple on the inside corner from Derek, and this one caught the outside corner. According to Ron Copa, the home plate umpire. Let's check it out. Looked like it did.
Like that same pitch to Kinsler.
Close. Well, Gomes has the hat trick, and with one away, here comes UNS Cespedes. Well, Cespedes really cranked one out of here. An 0-2 pitch from Derek Holland in the third inning. There he got ahead very quickly, and then didn't quite get the ball far enough away from Cespedes, and hit it up toward the last exit next to the A's bullpen out there. Big, strong man that now has 21 home runs and 77 RBI. Off speed, catches the inside corner. Pretty good looking young player, isn't he, Mac?
He is. I like what he's doing. Swinging the bat well. You know, I think early in the season when he first got here, people were saying, okay, well, maybe he's not ready, maybe he shouldn't be here, but I think he's proven people wrong. He didn't look overmatched early in the season, and he definitely doesn't look that way now. He looks like a pretty good player.
Oswald's 0-2. Little number down the first baseline, and Morgan will underhand to Oswald covering. Cespedes is out. 2 gone, and Chris Carter coming up. Oswald has faced 6 men. He's retired 5 of them. The only dent in there was a Cliff Pennington 2-out double in the 4th inning. Chris Carter up now 1 for 2 tonight. Singled his last time up. Three to 1 Oakland. They have out hit the Rangers 5-2 tonight. Ripping a miss at a 92-mile-an-hour fastball.
Tom, did you normally have trouble against guys that you saw for the first time?
Yeah, I think that's a definite advantage for the pitchers. You know, especially a young pitcher like Straley, who's got good stuff. He's got a good curveball and a good changeup. I would think that would be tough for our hitters, seeing a guy for the first time. It's one thing if you see a guy for the first time, he's got mediocre stuff. And, you know, that's different. But this kid's got pretty good stuff tonight. It may be tough to see. It may be tough to hit this 5th or 6th time you see him.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, and it would be tough to classify Straley as, well, he's a sinker ball slider pitcher. He's got 3 quality pitches that at least we've seen tonight, and he has pretty good command of all of them apparently. Carter pops 1 foul. That will reach the club level behind home plate, and it's still a ball and 2 strikes.
You know, it's funny, though, you go through your whole minor league career and you're seeing guys for the first time almost every game you play. You don't even think about it. Then you get to the big leagues and you're worried about the lights, you're worried about the infield dirt, you're worried about the grass, you're worried about the umpires. Didn't matter before. Nope.
Big swing and a miss. Oswald gets a 1-2-3 5th inning. First time the A's have been set down in order. And Rangers coming about in the bottom of the 5th inning, trailing 3-1. Sprint Cup returns to Texas Motor Speedway November 1st through the 4th. And you can win tickets to the AAA Texas 500 by texting FSN to 63767. That's text FSN to 63767. Do it right now for a chance to win.
One thing we mentioned about Straley early before the game started is he's given up 8 home runs in 28 innings coming into the ball game. Doesn't look like he's prone to the home run ball so far through 4 innings today.
Elvis, a chopper out to Stephen Drew, who takes care of it. That's 1 away, and Josh Hamilton will come up. Let's go back to the Fox Sports Southwest studios for a Mazda CX-5 game break. Here's Rick Renner. Rick. All right, Rick, thank you. Well, that Eastern Division, the wild card, it's all getting very, very interesting as we head down to the last 10 days of the season. There's the wild card standings. Baltimore a game and a half ahead of Oakland now, and Angels have played themselves right back into the thick of things, trailing Oakland by 2.5 starting play tonight. Hamilton drives one high and deep to right field. There it goes. Goodbye.
Well, speaking of home runs, there's his 9th he's given up. That was a changeup that he waited on. I didn't even see where that ball landed. It went so high.
I don't think it did.
Is it still going?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Did it go in the upper deck?
I was upper deck. Looked like back there to that last exit.
That's the old high changeup.
That's called a run.
Man.
Ooh. Number 43 for Josh. It's a 3-2 game. Now, you can pick out that little speck out there somewhere. Just watch for the people to park.
Wow. It did go in the upper deck. That thing had some hang time to it.
Oh, and Adrian trying to limber himself up a little bit.
Like Josh focused on that one pretty good.
He got that one.
Wow. Hit it to the Hamilton fan.
Must not have caught it. Now he's trying to explain what went wrong. A ball and a strike to Beltre. He drives one down the left field line. It is hooking into the corner. It is a fair ball. Over to play the Karamas Moss into second base with a double. Here's Adrian Beltre. Mac, you were saying something about the third time around the lineup as we went to this half inning.
Yeah, this team has been really, really good at, when they face a pitcher that they don't know. About that third time around, they start figuring out what his out pitch is, what he's gotten him out with a couple of times before, and what he's been getting other guys out with. And this is usually that time they start getting to that guy that they've not seen before.
Kurt Young, the pitching coach, going out to talk to his young right-hander, and Adrian's
done something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was that first cut he took.
Yeah, I would not doubt it at all.
He's not coming out. I guarantee you that. He may not. He may be hurting, but he's not coming out.
See Adrian wince there when Dave Anderson, without thinking about it, he's tapped him on the side as he say, attaboy. Beltre almost hit him. Well, Adrian in second, and he acknowledged the other day when we were talking to him in Seattle that there's going to be pain the rest of the season. He said we'll deal with whatever we have to deal with at the end of the year, but not until then. He is at second, 1 out still. Here's Nelly Cruz. And a pitch in the dirt. Beltre now it's kind of caught off the throw to second, and they got him. Adrian got caught in no man's land, couldn't decide whether to go or stay. And Good credit to Derek Norris. He came up and made the throw where it had to be made.
Yeah, good credit to Cliff Pennington. He picked that ball out of the dirt and made a nice pickup and a nice. Once he picked it up, he didn't have to worry about the tag. Adrian's wondering if he can go. The throw bounces. Oh, it bounced so far out in front of him. It really wasn't that tough a pickup. Hit the cutoff man.
And Nelly Cruz now ripping a miss. And the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. So just temporarily. And Straley bailed out here in the 5th inning. Cruz to right center field. That is plugging that gap. It's going to the wall. Cruz into second, his 41st double of the year.
Well, let's try it again. Nice job by Nelly there. Sliced that ball on a line into right center field. He's right back with a man in scoring position for Michael.
And that's that idea of, well, I made the pitch down. Yeah, but.
Yeah, wrong guy.
Yeah. Down and right in the middle of the plate, and had your center fielder turning around to run to the wall. So here's Michael with a chance with a base hit to tie the ball game. Rangers trailing 3-2. They've had 3 consecutive extra base hits. And Young pops up the first pitch. Foul territory, first base side. Carter and now Norris, and he's hanging on the rail after he made the catch. So that'll do it. The Rangers come up with a run. They had 3 hits. They strand 1. We're going to the 6th inning. 3-2 now in favor of Oakland. And Mac, thanks very much for joining us. Appreciate it. We'll see you after the ball game on Rangers Live.
All right, guys.
It's for the 2013 season tickets. Plan now to access the best locations at the very best prices for 2013 regular season, and you can also guarantee your seat for next postseason. Learn more at TexasRangers.com/seasons, or you can call 972-RANGERS. As we head to the 6th inning, Roy Oswald's night is finished. 2 very effective shutout innings for Oswald, and Robbie Ross, 23-year-old left-hander, is on the hill, bringing those numbers into the game. And his first pitch to Brandon Moss is a fastball that's high and inside for ball 1. Check swing, and he did not go around. The appeal down to Paul Emmel at third base. And nope, no swing. It's 2-0. Robbie threw an inning yesterday against the Mariners. Ripping a miss here. I should say a third of an inning. Came in, got a big strikeout. Rangers were mixing and matching as that game went on, and finally Joe Nathan able to close it out.
And that pitch that, was it Saunders that he struck out?
Yes.
93-mile-an-hour cutter. That thing was unhittable. What a pitch.
3-1 pitch here. That's lined to right center field, a base hit. Hamilton going to try to cut it off. He's deep in the alley. It's so deep, though, that Moss into second base with a leadoff double. Robbie Ross, very much like Derek Holland in his night out, getting behind, having to throw a strike, and these Oakland A's are swinging the bats pretty well.
Yeah, and Moss has been hot, and he's hitting lefties pretty well too. That's why he's in the lineup. Pretty nice swing at that pitch. Become a much better hitter when you get a fastball and a fastball count. Another birthday, Howard Rainwater, 89 years old tonight. Howard, hope you're watching. Understand you're a big Ranger fan. Happy 89th.
Josh Donaldson at the plate. And he tries to hit the ball down the right side. He does, but he slices it foul and back into the seats. Donaldson, a 2-run home run in the second. Fouled out to Adrian Beltre in the third. Moss getting his lead from second. And another pitch fouled away to the right. 0-2 now to Donaldson. Ross reading the signs from Napoli. And the left-hander now is ready. 0-2 pitch. Well, Donaldson really,
he's still trying, isn't he?
He is. He is. They're trying to take that thing to the right side, and this is from a guy who's hitting over 300 since he was recalled from AAA on the 14th of August. Well, he gets jammed here, and a roller down the third baseline goes into foul territory.
If that was fair, Moss was in trouble because he was going to third base.
New bat brought out to Josh Donaldson. Brandon Moss out there at third. His leadoff double, the sixth hit of the night for the Athletics. And a ground ball to third will not get the runner over. Beltre checks Moss back to second, fires to first. Donaldson retired, one away, and Josh Reddick coming up. Your Ford leaderboard tonight. The best records in the American League. Rangers with a 2-game lead entering play tonight. Rangers now with 90 wins. That's one of the top marks in Ranger history. Yankees 2 games back, Baltimore 2.5 back, and then Oakland 4 games back. First pitch is a strike to Josh Reddick. And the Yankees shutting out Minnesota up at Target Field in Minneapolis. Ball game in the 7th inning. Ross, the 0-1 pitch. And a ground ball tapped foul outside first. Robbie getting ahead now of Josh Reddick. No balls and 2 strikes. Brandon Moss back to second base. Reddick, as Tom told you, really struggling. He got up to such a great start. As a matter of fact, the first half of the season, he was really the only Oakland hitter that was consistently doing well. And then he has slowed down while everybody else seems like kicked it in. Go for his last 25 trips to the plate, make that 26 trips to the plate. The 0-2, and that's low and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ross ready, a check of second. And Reddick pops it up on the infield.
He smashed his bat twice on the ground.
Elvis making the call and the catch. He could have done it a couple more times, as high as that thing was.
He was frustrated. Well, he had a good swing at it. He just got underneath it. When you're struggling, you're missing your pitch. He's got a good swing at this pitch. Just got underneath it. Bang. Bang. That bat won't die.
So 2 away. And Robbie Ross now trying to work around a leadoff double. He'll face Derek Norris. Norris that looking at a called third strike back in the second inning, then grounding out to second in the fourth. Ripping a foul tip. It is 0-1. Norris, pretty lengthy 0 for going also. There's the scoring position. He has been a lot better than what his regular batting average would dictate. 286. That's better than 100 points higher than he's hitting. Ground ball. Beltre knocks it down. That's the only play we'll have is to pick it up and put it in his pocket. But he saves a run by keeping that ball on the infield. And Oakland now with runners at the corners and 2 outs for Cliff Pennington.
Yeah, I'm sure Adrian would love to have made that play, but his goal when that ball was hit is knock it down and prevent a run from scoring, and he accomplished that. It's a hard hit ball right down the line. He's just making sure that that ball doesn't go by him. You get the out at first base, great. Big thing is just knock it down.
Adrian grimacing as he got up. You can only imagine what that felt like. But he does whatever is necessary. Shows up every day, and boy, he is some kind of player. And I knew that he was a good player before the Rangers got him. I've had a chance to see him on a daily basis. He's a great player. He's not just good. Great individual, too. So runners at first and third. Pennington is 1 out of 2 with a double tonight. A late cut and a miss. It's 0-1. Pennington struck out as a right-handed hitter against Derek Holland. Doubled as a left-handed hitter against Roy Oswalt. Now he's back around from the right side against Robbie Ross. And Ross nails down the outside corner. Koji Uehara is loosening out of the Ranger bullpen. Ross ready, a check of first. The 0-2 pitch. Fouled away. Pennington for the season, a 167 right-handed hitter as opposed to 238 from the left side. Ross back to him. Very high, and Napoli had to jump out of that crouch to corral that high fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ross trying to keep this at a 3-2 Oakland lead here in the 6th inning. 2-2. Pennington ready, so is Ross. And the next pitch fouled away. Ross getting that fastball in on Pennington. Still 2-2. Robbie about ready to throw his 23rd pitch of the inning. On the way. And fouled away. Moss at third, Norris at first. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. To left field, Murphy coming on. He's going to have to play it on a hop. Norris will score. Or I should say Moss will score. Norris to second. And Oakland takes a 4-2 lead on the RBI single by Cliff Pennington.
You got a pitch. Looked like caught the center of the plate. Everything else was up and out of the strike zone. That one was right in the center square.
Well, Pennington 2 out of 3 tonight, has his 28th RBI. And now Stephen Drew, the leadoff man, up for his 4th at bat, takes high and outside for ball 1. Well, the Rangers tonight have not put up a shutdown inning. 3 different innings the A's have scored in. 2 of them came right after the Rangers had scored. 1 ball, 1 strike to Drew. Norris at second, Pennington at first. A run across, 2 outs. Rip and a miss. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
"27 pitches. This will be number 28.
Ross nods in agreement, and the left-hander checks the runners. Outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now Napoli going back out to talk with Robbie Ross for a moment. Drew singled in the 1st, fly to center in the 3rd, grounded out in the 4th. Awaiting the 2-2 pitch from Ross. Left-hander nods in agreement. And another pitch fouled back. And that was Robbie's 30th pitch of the inning. 22 strikes and 8 balls. But it's just
a lot of foul balls.
Yeah, a lot of foul balls. The inability to put somebody away and running his pitch count way up. Now Ross has to step off, and they're going to call a balk as Robbie looked like he was surprised by Andrews breaking to the bag. Had a problem stepping off the pitching rubber, disengaging from the rubber. He didn't do it cleanly in one motion. And second base umpire Jim Wolf right there to make the call. Yep. Got to wiggle that back knee before he stepped off, and that is the balk. So runners at second and third now, and the 2-2 pitch. Now ball to Kinsley. And throws Drew out. Balk did no damage, but the A's get a run on 3 hits and lead 2. We're going to the bottom of the 6th. It's now Oakland 4, Texas 2 on Fox Sports Southwest. Sonic Slam Inning, brought to you by Sonic. Tonight the jackpot is worth $300 and dinner for two at Sonic Drive-In. Tonight the Rangers are hitting for Larry Artis from Dallas. And if a Ranger hits a grand slam during this inning, Larry Artis from Dallas will win $25,000. You can register at any participating Sonic restaurant. David Murphy to lead off in the Ranger half of the sixth inning. Murphy, Napoli, and Moreland, the bottom third of the Ranger order, to face Dan Straley. And Murphy, first ball swinging, pops it up. Right side of the infield, Carter in foul territory, and Chris Carter puts it away for out number one. Well, Murphy out on the first pitch he sees. Now Mike Napoli will come up. Napoli has struck out both times that he has faced Straley tonight. Warm night here at Rangers Ballpark, late September. Napoli trying to heat up the elements a little bit more, and he looks at a breaking ball that's just a bit low for ball one. Straley back to the plate.
Knapp has been baffled by that off-speed pitch, the curveball that Straley throws. Got him to chase it a number of times tonight.
Straley with a 1-1 pitch to Napoli. And he goes 2 balls and a strike. Straley now over the 90 pitch mark. He is at 91 for the evening. Right-hander back to Napoli. And Napoli pops it up. Backing out is Pennington, the second baseman, and makes the grab. That is out number 2. A couple of pop outs. Straley has the bases empty. Now we'll face Mitch Moreland. Pitch, an RBI single in the second inning, and reached via an error in the fourth inning. Athletics have tried to help the Rangers out. A couple of errors, one on Donaldson, one on Carter, which is no surprise. The A's have not had a good fielding team. There's a ball lashed right into the glove of Pennington, and that will do it. Rangers go down in order for just the second time tonight. We have finished 6. It remains the A's 4 and the Rangers 2 on Fox Sports Southwest. Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by Geico Insurance. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. And by the all-new Mazda CX-5 with 35 highway MPG. Well, the A's leading the Rangers 4-2 as we head to the top of the 7th inning, and Koji Uehara will be on the hill now. He's taking over for Robbie Ross. Uehara becomes the 4th pitcher used tonight by Ron Washington.
Yeah, Koji's been throwing the ball well. Since he got back from the disabled list, he's well rested, ready to go down the stretch, throwing a lot of strikes, and he's better because his splitter is better, much more effective.
And he will not face Johnny Gomes, the scheduled hitter, as the DH. It'll be Seth Smith instead as a pitch hitter. And pitch to the outside corner gets Smith down on the count. No balls and 1 strike. Smith, a good solid year for the A's. And pitch up and in. Uehara to the wind. And the pitch high and away. It's 2 balls and a strike. Smith, who become a very reliable pinch hitter for the Oakland Ball Club. A wave and a miss here. He was a regular in the Colorado outfield last year. The entire 2011 season with the Rockies, and had 115 games. He's gone on strikes as Koji goes up the ladder to get strikeout number 1.
Well, that fastball looks a lot faster after you've seen the splitter. And he saw the splitter. He swung and missed at it. He was out in front of it. Pitch before this. There's the high fastball right by him.
Now 1 away. And Yoenis Cespedes steps in for his 4th at bat tonight. Cespedes, solo home run in the 3rd inning. Other than that, he has grounded out twice tonight. And, splitter is in the dirt for ball 1. Cespedes has never faced Uehara. Pretty impressive numbers, though, for his rookie campaign. Now is the next pitch back. That is right below us. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Koji's 1-1 pitch on the way. Off that split figure, and Cespedes now with the 2-1 advantage in the count. And ball 3 is outside. Koji okays the sign, and now the 3-1 pitch. Sky to left center field. Not hit particularly deep. On comes Murphy, and Hamilton. It'll be David Murphy making the call and the catch. And that is out number 2. Chevron bringing you tomorrow night's matchup right here in game 2. It'll be Tommy Milone, fine young left-hander, against Yu Darvish for the Rangers. Milone at 13-10 and Darvish at 16-9. Couple of rookies that have thrown a lot of innings this year and have fared very, very well. Now Chris Carter takes a fastball high and outside for ball 1. Carter 1 for 3. 3rd inning single. He's also struck out and grounded out. Ripping a foul ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Oakland coming into this game 12-9 in the month of September, but you mentioned on this road trip they lost 2 out of 3 in Detroit and 2 out of 3 at Yankee Stadium. So they are trying to get their heads back above water on this final stop. There's a strike to the inside corner. And the Rangers, of course, trying to knock off the closest competition that they have in the Western Division. The 1-2 pitch coming. Got him swinging.
He's got it working. High fastballs and low splitters.
So 2 strikeouts in the inning. 1, 2, 3, and out are the A's. Stretch time at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington. 4-2 Oakland. Ten o'clock right here on Fox Sports Southwest for Chevy Hometown Kids. It's not about the score, it's about the experience. Visit www.hometownkids.tv for more information. Now Dan Straley back out to the hill. He will begin his 7th inning of work, facing the top of the Ranger order. And the first pitch to Ian Kinsler is inside for ball 1. Defensive change will get for you in just a moment for Oakland. 1-0 pitch. Chopper to third on one big hop. Donaldson has it across to the new first baseman, Derek Barton. That is one out. Let's head back to the Fox Sports Southwest studios for a Mazda game break with Rick Renner. Rick. All right, Rick, thank you. Well, looks like Baltimore won't get that doubleheader sweep they were looking for. Elvis Andrus takes a breaking ball that finds the mark. It's 0-1. Elvis 0 for 3, a ground out and a couple of strikeouts against Straley. Rangers only 5 base hits against the young right-hander. They put 3 of them in succession in the 5th inning, and all 3 were extra base hits. There's a little looper that's caught by Barton. That is out number 2. And let's go back down to the field now for Emily Jones. Emily?
Well, we know Josh Hamilton is back in the Rangers lineup, and they finally got to the bottom of what has been troubling him as far as his vision is concerned. He was diagnosed with ocular keratitis, which is a dryness of the eye that causes blurred vision caused by too many energy drinks, caffeine, coffee, different things like that that contain caffeine. I had never heard of this. Apparently a lot of people hadn't, but they figured it out, and that's what was wrong with Josh. So he's got to lay off the caffeine and lay off the energy drinks. And looks like it was working for him tonight with the home run earlier, guys.
All right, Emily, thank you. Josh, the scheduled hitter, and he will not face Dan Straley as Bob Melvin has gone out to make the pitching change. Well, Jerry Blevins makes his way in from the bullpen. We will take a timeout. Be right back after this on Fox Sports Southwest. Left-hander Jerry Blevins has replaced the 23-year-old Daniel Straley. And Straley, excellent outing, 6 2/3, 5 hits, just 1 earned run, 8 strikeouts. And now it's the angular left-hander Jerry Blevins.
Yeah, Blevins is having a solid season for sure. Their bullpen is terrific.
The first pitch to Josh Hamilton is outside for ball 1. Hamilton 0 for 5 with 4 strikeouts when facing Blevins. Josh, that 441-foot home run into the second deck above the Ranger bullpen his last time up. Wave and a miss on the breaking ball, and the count is even. Blevins okays the sign, and he's ready. 1-2.
Good curveball. Left-handed reliever can pitch in the big leagues for a long time with that curveball.
Blevins has very effectively since 2007. Tried the outside corner and just missed with it. Hamilton able to lay off. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. As Mike Adams is loosening in the Ranger bullpen. Josh, other than the home run, is grounded to short and struck out tonight. The 2-2 pitch from Blevins. Breaking ball's low. Hamilton's doing a good job of laying off that one. Well, the count has gone full. If Josh is able to get a board here in the 7th inning, that would bring Adrian Beltre up as the tying run. Blevins with the payoff pitch. Way outside, ball 4. And Hamilton takes the 2-out walk. And that will indeed bring up Adrian Beltre as the tying run. He will not face Jerry Blevins, as this was a one-hitter appearance for the left-hander. Bob Melvin out to the mound once again. He wants the right-hander coming in from left center field. Well, the Rangers trying to come back here in the 7th inning. 1 on, 2 out. We'll be right back after this on Fox Sports Southwest. Line is the American League West. Right now, this is the way things look with the Athletics 4 games behind the Rangers. The Angels 6.5 back. And then again, Seattle is finished 4 this season. Pat Neshek, submarining right-hander, is on, 32-year-old, and he is facing Adrian Beltre.
Neshek came up with the Twins. He's got pretty good stuff from down under. Doing a nice job for the Aces at mid-season pickup. And their version of Darren O'Day.
Yeah. Neshek came over from Baltimore. Speaking of Darren O'Day, he was with the Orioles, and Oakland sending some cash Baltimore's way. 1-1 the count. And Beltre chops it foul. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Hamilton at first base, 2 outs in the 7th inning. Rangers trailing 4-2. Beltre tonight is 1 for 3. Ripped a double into the left field corner his last time up. Beltre to right field. That ball is hit deep. Way back. Goodbye. Brand new ball game. Adrian Beltre. Home run number 35. It is 4-4.
Well, when you want the big hit, there's one guy you look to. He's not at 100%, but his game is at 100%. Huge home run to get the Rangers back in this game. A's bullpen is very dependable, dominating at times. But Blevins came in, got ahead of Josh Hamilton, and Josh worked the walk. He laid off the off-speed pitches, worked the walk, and Beltre takes care of the heavy lifting.
190 home runs now this year for the Rangers. Adrian Beltre ties this thing up. And Nelly Cruz sends one to center. That's not going to carry, though. The fans got a little bit excited when that ball went in the air. But that'll do it. The Rangers, however, come back to tie it. Beltre's 2-run home run. And we are dead even now going to the 8th inning. The Rangers 4 and the A's 4 on Fox Sports Southwest. on Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by Ace Cash Express, earning your trust since 1968. And by Jack in the Box. Get the All-American Jack Combo, a no-nonsense burger, fries, and a drink for only $4.99 plus tax. Now, this crowd of a little over 43,000 has seen that man, Adrian Beltre, tie this ball game up. A 2-run blast in the 7th inning. His 35th of the year. Adrian now 97 RBI. And so we are going to the 8th with a brand new ball game and a brand new pitcher on the mound for the Rangers. It's the veteran Mike Adams on.
Well, Mike had a struggle the other day. He pitched out of a bases loaded 1-out jam, but he did it. Coming in, trying to pop a 0 on the board right here.
And Brandon Moss will greet him. There's a left-handed hitter, and he takes a strike to the inside corner. Moss perfect at the plate tonight. A couple of walks and a double. He has scored twice in this ball game. Adams back to him. And the pitch fouled straight back. 0-2. Moss back in the box. Adams reading the sign. The right-hander gets the one he wants from Napoli. Got him swinging. Cut fastball up a little bit, and Moss gone on strikes. And Adams retires the first hitter he faces. Back down to the field for Emily Jones. Em?
Well, guys, after the last couple of weeks of Joe Nathan and Mike Adams being a little bit in flux, trying to get rest respectively, Adams says it is good to be back, but he would like to get cleaner innings.
A key to a team success is always a good back end of the bullpen. You know, we have quite a few guys out there that could do the job, and you know, I think. You know, like I said, I mean, Joe's been doing an outstanding job, and I've kind of put myself in situations this year where, you know, it's not always the cleanest inning, but the end result's always been the same.
But one thing those guys do say, as long as they leave the mound with one more run than the other team, they feel like they've done their job. Hopefully that will be the case here tonight. All
right, Em, thank you. Donaldson pops the next pitch up. That will reach the seats over the Ranger dugout on the first base side. It is no balls and 2 strikes. Well, I know a cleaner inning would not only help Mike Adams, it would probably help the temperament of Ron Washington and Mike Maddox a little bit.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Adams 0-2 pitch. Weakly hit towards short. Elvis charging. Throws, gets it.
Caught it on the dead run. He's going a little too hard to barehand it. Caught it with his glove and fired it on the run.
Now here's the Brown Hand Center great hint of the game. And you just saw it. Doesn't need a description. Not many people do it better than Elvis coming in like that. Boom. 2 gone. Josh Reddick is the hitter.
A lot of agility and ability to make that play. Got to be an athlete. Well, you have to be an athlete to be a shortstop in the big leagues, period. On the dead run, threw it hard and just barely got the runner.
I'm always amazed how a guy can be coming in full speed like that and still have the practice at the position to adjust his footwork so that they're in the right spot for him to reach down and grab that ball and get rid of it.
Yeah,
amazing.
A lot of practice. A lot of ability to begin with.
Yeah.
And then a lot of practice to fine tune it.
Adams 2-0 pitch. And he misses high and outside. It's 3 balls and no strikes to Josh Reddick. Reddick is popped out, flied out, and grounded out. And Mike Adams, who struck out Brandon Moss to begin the inning, then Josh Donaldson on a slow roller to short falling behind here to Reddick. And he misses high ball 4. So 4 consecutive pitches out of the zone. And Reddick draws the 2-out walk. And Derek Norris coming to the plate.
Well, if you're going to walk a guy, that's probably a decent guy to walk. He's got, even though he's been cold, he hasn't had a hit in about a week. But he still has 29 home runs, and in a tie game, he's a dangerous hitter. I'm sure he wasn't trying to walk him, but if you did have to walk someone, it's not a bad guy to walk.
So Norris steps to the plate. Had an infield single off the glove of Adrian Beltre last time up there. That was with a runner at second. Brandon Moss and 2 outs, and Beltre just trying to knock the ball down, and he did. But it went as an infield single. And Adams will work on Reddick at first base a bit. Now Adams has the signing once from Mike Napoli. And Norris hits one high in the air to left field. Murphy drifting back.
Whoa.
Has room in front of the track and puts it away. A couple of fluttering hearts around here for a second. Mine too. A Strand runner, bottom of the 8th inning coming up. 4-4 is the score.
Piece. We head to the bottom of the 8th, and Buzz and Tom, time for the progressive fan of the game. It has to be the baseball wizard. That's what he's known for here in the outfield. Why do they call you the baseball wizard?
Because I sentence the players.
What do you mean sentence?
I sentence you, Adrian Beltre, to give us the game-winning home run. Hey!
There we go. Very much, Wizard. Thank you very much. Congratulations, progressive fan of the game.
Yeah, thank you. Go Rangers!
Oh boy, Noxie, nice going. Better, much better you than us. Ryan Cook is the new Oakland pitcher. Hard throwing right-hander coming on to face the Rangers here in the 8th inning, and he has put up those numbers this year.
Yeah, he's put up some pretty good numbers. He's lost some of his closing opportunities, though. Pretty tough guy to hit, though. He throws hard.
Michael Young will be the first to face him. And the fastball at 96 veers outside for ball 1.
Grant Balfour has been getting a lot of the save opportunities.
Michael's been on twice tonight, as you can see, but has not had a hit. So his hitting streak is still at 12. And he pokes that one back into the seats down the right field line. A ball and a strike. Michael hit by a pitch in the second, came around to score the first Ranger run. Walked, got as far as third base in the fourth inning, and then fouled out in the fifth. And Young that time gets fisted, fights one off. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Michael 0 for 2 in his career against Ryan Cook. In fact, only 2 Rangers have a hit against Cook that are on this team, and then Nelson Cruz and Craig Gentry. Outside and low, it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Third largest Monday night crowd of the year on hand here tonight. 43,044. And they've seen a game that has kind of gone back and forth a little bit emotion-wise. A couple of home runs by the Rangers have really dramatically changed the emotion in the ballpark.
The Rangers have had several opportunities, bases loaded, second and third, first and third. Haven't been able to get the big hit, but fortunately they've been able to get the long ball.
Cook set for the 2-2 pitch. Got him swinging. Well, Michael gone on strikes. That is out number 1. It'll bring up David.
And you have to contend with a 97-mile-an-hour fastball and then this for a changeup. That's a tough assignment.
Now Murph steps in 0 for 3, although he reached via an error in the second inning. And the first fastball was low and outside, ball 1. Murphy has walked both times that he has faced Ryan Cook in the past. And he won't walk this time. That grounder out to Pennington. That is out number 2. Oh, base is empty now. 2 away, Mike Napoli coming to the plate. And Joe Nathan getting ready in the Ranger bullpen. Joe figures to pitch that 9th inning either way, whether the Rangers have a lead or whether it's still tied. Knapp tonight has struck out twice and popped out. 1 ball, no strikes. Napoli has also walked 1 time against Ryan Cook. 0 for 2 officially against him. Check swing, and he did not go around. The appeal down to Wally Bell at first base. 2-0. Folks trying to get that Napoli chant going. Might go in here, an opportunity for him to do some serious damage here in the 8th inning. And he takes a fastball strike. It's 2-1. Cook ready, back to the plate he comes. And Napoli had a pitch to work with and fouled it back. 2-2 now. Four ball game. Ryan Cook facing Mike Napoli with the bases empty and 2 away. And Napoli pops it up down the right field line. Long run for Barton. He goes into foul territory and makes the catch. That'll do it. Rangers down in order at the hands of Ryan Cook and his teammate. We're going to the 9th inning. Joe Nathan coming on. A 4-4 ball game on Fox Sports Southwest. ball game. And Joe Nathan, the Ranger closer, has come on, and as is the normal scheme of things, a tie ball game at home, there's no more chance for a save opportunity. So Nathan will be used here to try and keep the A's down and let the Rangers have a chance to win it in the bottom of the ninth.
Yeah, if you wait for the save opportunity at home, you're either going to win or you're going to lose, but you're not going to use your closer, are you?
Yep, that's right.
In extra innings. Well, Joe will pitch the top of the ninth. Hope the Rangers can score in the bottom of the ninth to get him a win.
Nathan on, he'll face the number 9 man of the order, Cliff Pennington. And Pennington really swinging the bat well. As the numbers would suggest over the last 3 weeks, Pennington has been hot, and he has continued that tonight. He's 2 for 3. Big RBI back in the 6th inning. He's singled and doubled. Nathan goes to work. And the off-speed pitch is in for strike 1. Nathan winds the 0-1 pitch. Another breaking ball, and that evens the count. Pennington 0 for 4 in his career. You know, look in the A's bullpen again. Grant Balfour and Ross up and throwing.
Balfour if they score, and Ross if they don't.
Pennington fouls it away to the left, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nathan peering in for the sign as Napoli flashes him out. The 1-2 pitch. Up and in. Fastball and brushing Pennington back just a bit. It's 2-2. Ranger pitchers tonight, by the way, have struck out 9 Oakland hitters. Rangers are cruising toward an all-time record in strikeouts for their staff. Got him swinging. That adds 1 more to it. That's 10 for the night. The first one for Nathan. Well, that's a nasty 2-seam fastball, looked like, or whatever that thing was.
Yeah, generally you see fastball, slider, curveball. I'm not sure what that was. Some kind of a changeup. 2-seamer. Something that was about 7 or 8 miles an hour slower than his fastball. Whatever it was, Pennington couldn't hit it.
Yep.
I know I couldn't hit it. Would have done the same thing Pennington did. There's some good movement on a 93-mile-an-hour sinker.
Stephen Drew 1 for 4. That single came back in the first inning tonight. A little looping line drive to center off Derek Holland. Drew, other than that single, has skied out once and grounded out to second base a couple of times. 1 ball and 1 strike. Nathan into the wind, and the pitch to Drew. It is 2-1. There's a lot of surprise, I think, when Drew was taken by Oakland middle of August. The Diamondbacks apparently just giving up. Didn't get much for him in return, but Drew had been a star for them for years, and apparently it became a money issue where the Diamondbacks would be able to sign him anyway.
Yeah, I think they thought he was going to be a free agent. They might as well unload the salary if they could. I'm not sure exactly how much money changed hands in the deal.
And then Drew coming back from that terrible ankle injury that he suffered last July, a year ago July. Remember listening to the talk about him in spring training, and there was some questioning that he would be able to play this year at all, but here he is, different team and playing pretty well for Oakland. The 2-2 just off the outside corner. Looked like that little cutter slash slider trying to get the back door, and didn't miss by much. Nathan readying himself for the 3-2 pitch that is now on the way. Inside, ball 4, and Stephen Drew, JD's younger brother, draws that 1-out walk. So the go-ahead run at first base with 1 gone, and Seth Smith is coming up for his second at bat. So Nathan, a rarity for the Ranger closer, walking a hitter. Smith a strikeout as he came in to pinch hit for Johnny Gomes in the 7th inning. And Nathan will go to work on Drew at first base. Nathan looks over his left shoulder as he comes set. And the pitch to Smith is low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes.
Yeah, unusual ratio for Joe. 5 strikes, 7 balls.
Nathan okays a sign. He's ready to go. Drew expanding his lead a bit. And the pitch is low, ball 2. And that walk issued by Nathan to Drew, just his 10th of the year in better than 60 innings of work. Ty Waller, the first base coach, keeping an eye on things. 2-0 the count to Smith. And a snap throw to first, and Drew is back with a dive. Infield looking for that double play ball there. Shifted slightly to the right side against the left-handed hitting Smith. There's a strike, and it's 2-1. Whip and a miss.
Gets ahead 2-0, takes a fastball and misses a fastball.
Well, the crowd now at the encouragement of the director of in-park entertainment, Chuck Morgan. And they get it all going here and get behind their Rangers. 2-2 with 1 out. Nathan to Smith. Now back. Got a couple of veteran players like this going at each other in a critical situation. Pretty good drama. Smith back in the batter's box. Nathan back on top of the hill. Stephen Drew, the runner at first, has a modest lead this time. And low and outside, the count is full.
Doing the pitch that he struck out Pennington with. Smith took it though.
Well, now with 1 out, you see if Bob Melvin turns Stephen Drew loose at first. You got Cespedes in the on-deck circle. There's Cespedes. Nathan ready. There goes Drew. 3-2 pitch. Got him swinging. Throw to second. And out at second base.
That'll save your pitch count.
Great throw by Napoli to nail Drew. Strike him out, throw him out, double play. Cespedes stays in the on-deck circle. Bottom of the ninth coming up. Rangers and A's tied at 4 on Fox Sports Southwest.
Inning at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington. John Radigan out here in the Captain Morgan Club. It's been a great night here. It becomes spectacular if the Rangers push one or more across in the ninth inning. The drama, the excitement becomes unbridled joy if the Rangers push one more across in the ninth inning. Either way, we've got a post-game show for you called Rangers Live. Mark McLemore with the analysis. Emily Jones will be working the clubhouse for post-game reaction. It's all coming up from right here in the Captain Morgan Club. We'll see you guys right after the game.
All right, John. Well, we're heading to the bottom of the ninth, and boy, this crowd hanging around would love to see the Rangers hanging on Tyson Ross, the new pitcher, and that 2-10 record would suggest that he's had a few problems.
Yeah, he's kind of been in and out of the rotation. He was in the rotation earlier. Opponents are hitting .320 against him, so he has struggled a little bit. A's bullpen must be a little bit tired from the Yankee series. Pitched a lot of innings there.
So Ross, the 25-year-old right-hander, on down. He will face Mitch Moreland to start things off, then back to the top of the Ranger order. 4-4 is the score. Rangers 4 runs on 6 hits. The A's 4 runs on 8 hits. And the first pitch from Ross is a knee-high strike. Mitch 1 for 3 tonight. RBI single back in the second inning. Ross back to the plate. Moreland, a shot up the middle. That's a base hit. Well, the Rangers have the winning run at first base. Nobody out here in the bottom of the ninth inning.
I bet you're going to see Craig Gentry come out.
You got Craig Gentry making the way out to first base. He will be the pinch runner du jour.
Mitch beat the shift. They're all playing over on the right side. He hit it on the left side.
Gentry on as the pinch runner. With nobody out now, Ian Kinsler is at the plate. And we'll see after what happened in Seattle the other night if Wash wants Kinsler to try and bunt or if he wants him to go ahead and swing with the winning run on first base and nobody out. Remember, Ian came up on Saturday night with runners at first and second, nobody out. He's not bunting here, and he takes a strike. Couldn't get the bunt down, ended up striking out. Rangers lost that ball game 1-0. So Ron Washington not asking him to do it, at least on the first pitch here. 0-1. Ross ready. Kinsler, a base hit to left field. Stopping at second is Gentry.
He didn't bunt, but Elvis will.
Back-to-back singles. Puts the winning run at second base. Nobody out, and Elvis coming up.
It's going to be probably a situation where Elvis sacrifices him over. They walk Hamilton, and Beltre will hit with the bases loaded unless they bring in a lefty to face Hamilton. We'll find out.
Kurt Young, the pitching coach, going out to talk with Tyson Ross on the entire infield, taking the instructions out, I'm sure, for whatever kind of bunt defense they want to have in play for Elvis. That information relayed by the veteran pitching coach to Ross and his teammates. Elvis 0 for 4 tonight. They're up in a situation here where whatever else has happened beforehand is of little significance. You've got Donaldson, the third baseman, and Barton, the first baseman, playing in front of the cut of the grass. Donaldson playing that side saddle type of setup. Elvis around to bunt, takes outside for ball 1. Ron Washington throwing out the signs for Dave Anderson, the third base coach. And Anderson relaying them to Greg Gentry at second, Ian Kinsler at first, and Elvis Andrus at the plate. Ross studying the signs. He okays one and ready for the 1-0 pitch. Instead, it's an inside move to check on Craig Gentry. And Gentry not going anywhere.
Fans take offense to that move.
Now, you get very little sympathy around here for just a show move. Not in the bottom of the ninth anyway, when you're trying to win a ball game. Ross ready. Elvis around to bunt again, gets it down. Good bunt on the third base side. Donaldson to Pennington covering at first, and the sacrifice goes 5-4. And the Rangers now with the runner at second and third. The winning run in the person of Craig Gentry just 90 feet away. Josh Hamilton coming up, and we'll see how Bob Melvin plays it.
Well, he doesn't want to pitch to Josh here, I wouldn't think, and he definitely doesn't want to pitch to Beltre if they walk Josh. Got a tough situation to face, but you have to walk Josh here, which they will, to set up a force out at any base.
So it'll be up to Adrian Beltre, and Adrian has had a history in the last 2 years when this has happened that he has come through. Ron Washington checking across the way with his counterpart, Bob Melvin. Pretty standard baseball fare here, and now it just becomes an Adrian Beltre, Tyson Ross matchup. Who wins? They'll have the bases loaded, 1 out. Rangers and A's tied up in the bottom of the ninth inning. Hamilton with the intentional pass. And now Norris out to talk with Tyson Ross. Adrian Beltre in the 7th inning. Matt Neshek, and that's why we are playing a tied ball game here in the 9th inning. 35th home run of the year. 97 RBI for Beltre. He also has a double tonight to go along with it. A's pulled the infield in front of halfway depth. Have to be able to get the slow hopper to make the play at home. The hard one they might be able to turn 2. Ross, first pitch. Beltre takes outside, ball one. 18 game-winning RBI for Adrian Beltre this year, and the man at third, Greg Gentry, carrying what would be number 19. Ross from the stretch, the 1-0 pitch. Up the middle, base hit. Rangers win. Adrian Beltre again. 5-4 the final. It's a mob scene at first for Adrian Beltre.
Don't hurt him. Leave the poor guy alone.
Time and time again, Adrian Beltre getting the appreciation of his manager and all of his teammates. All he does is show up and help you win ball games.
Well, it's one more little niche if you want to talk about him for the most valuable player award.
Yep.
Big game, first game of the series. A's had a lead. He ties it up with a 2-run homer and then wins it with a base hit. Drives in 3 runs in a 5-4 win in a game the Rangers really wanted to win. Start that 4-game series with a win. Jackie Moore says, hey, you forgot my hug. Skipper, there we go.
Gosh, don't get carried away here. Now we got to do protocol. And Adrian Beltre down at first. Yeah. Leave my stomach area alone. Well, yeah, Dave Anderson already popped me there one time. That's great. Greg Gentry down the line from third. Rangers win it. They now have a 5-game lead and 91 victories for the year. Let's head down to the field where Jim Knox has Josh Hamilton waiting.
All right, thanks, Buzz. I tell you what, Josh, what a return here. You come back in the lineup, and all of a sudden, it's like baseball playoff atmosphere right here. You guys really battled back tonight. You got down by a couple runs. You got tied the game. They got up by a couple runs, tied the game. You win it here in the bottom of the ninth.
That's Ranger baseball, and it says a lot. Oakland is playing that type of baseball where you got to battle all the way through. They're looking good right now, and they're hot, and they can play baseball. So we got to come out every day and be on top of our game and do what we need to do.
You were out of the lineup for 5 games, but you came back. Didn't seem like you missed a beat.
Yeah, well, it didn't. It's still not quite where it needs to be, but hopefully over the next week it'll get to where it needs to be.
How fun is this coming down the home stretch? You got a packed house here on a Monday night, playoff atmosphere, like I said. How fun is this for you guys?
It's fun. They better keep coming every night too, and every pitch, every out. We love having them here, and we just love playing here for his fans. I mean, they're all great.
There you go, Josh. Congratulations on a big night. Appreciate it, Buzz.
All right, Jim, thank you very much. Now, 5-4 the final tonight as the Rangers win the first of 4. Texas Rangers baseball on Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by the Ford Built-Up Truck Event. Enjoy huge savings on America's best-selling truck for 35 years running. Ford is the best in Texas. And by the Progressive Insurance Group. For a money-saving car insurance quote, call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE today. John Radigan, Mark McLemore will be back to wrap things up for you from Rangers Ballpark in Arlington. 5-4 Texas in Game 1 on Fox Sports Southwest.